So just taking your time as you come to your lying down position. It doesn't matter what that is. Whether you've got the knees bent up or the feet are flat out on the mat. Arms either resting by the sides with the palms facing up, or the palms just resting gently on the body. It's making sure that the chin is slightly tucked in, so the back of the neck is long. And just lying here, it's feeling the body becoming heavy on the mats. It's observing the shoulders are nice and dropped and loose. And just enjoying the stillness here. Just tuning into the breath. Nice, long, deep breaths. Just hearing the subtle sounds of each inhale. And the same on the exhale. And the movement within the body. It's observing as the chest gently expands on the inhale. And as it contracts back on the exhale. Do you focus only on the breath? Just allowing the mind to empty. Just any thoughts drifting away. Just observing and enjoying the stillness within the body. It's letting the day disappear. It's being present only in the now. And as you tune into the breath, just over time, it's feeling it lengthen, not forcing it at all. And then, on your next inhale, just going to take a nice, long, deep breath as we fill the lungs, the side ribs and the tummy. Holding just for a second. Through parted lips, just sigh it away. And we'll do that twice more. When you've had those three, just letting that breath go, observing any difference. And then, just bringing the arms to the sides, palms facing down. And when you're ready, let's inhale as we reach these arms up overhead, onto the floor behind us, just having a gentle stretch out. As we exhale, allowing those arms to come back down to the sides. And once more, it's your time. As we inhale and reach. And exhale, back down. As we leave the arms here, shoulders dropped. And then we'll move it into the neck. Just allow the head to fall to any side. And then across to the other side. Rolling to each side, as slow or as fast as you wish. gently stretching around the neck muscles. And as you've worked evenly, just bring the head back to center in stillness. And then just have a little wiggle with the feet, allowing the ankles to roll from side to side. And you can bring the whole leg into this as we gently ease around the hips. And then as we bring the ankles back to center, we're going to do the same, but keeping the legs still. So it's just the ankles that are wiggling. Again, as slow or as fast as you wish. And then releasing that off. And we'll bring it into the wrists. So you can lift the palms up if you prefer. As we begin by rotating the ankles, the wrists even. And just being sure to go both ways. And then just give the wrists a nice loose wiggle off. And then when you're ready, placing the palms back down by the sides. As we inhale, we'll bend these knees up, planting the soles of the feet on the mat. Doesn't matter how close or far the heels are to the hips. Just checking that that chin is still tucked in so the back of the neck is long. When you're ready, we'll work with pelvic tilting. So as we inhale, gently pressing through the feet, those hips will lift up just a smidge. As we exhale, those hips lower down. Repeating with each breath. As we inhale and lift, and exhale down. So as we inhale and lift, the small curve of the lower spine flattens in the mat. As we exhale down, that natural curve returns. Just awakening the lower back. And then, when you next lower down, leaving the hips there, and we'll prepare for bridge. So bringing these heels quite close into the hips, pointing the knees up, placing the palms face down on the mat. As we inhale, powering through the legs, lifting these hips up to the sky. Now we're not holding. Exhale. Peel the spine down from the top all the way to the bottom. Repeating with each breath. Inhale and lift. Stretching the front of the thighs. Exhale, massaging the spine down. And if you want, when you next inhale and lift up, you can hold it or continue lowering and rising with each breath. If you're holding, maybe it's for 3 breaths, maybe it's for less. As you inhale, hips rising a bit more. When you've had the 3, gently exhale, lowering those hips back down. And then from here, we'll counter stretch as we take hold of each knee individually, drawing it out and up to the sides of our chest. Now, you can enjoy the stillness as that lower back presses on the mat, maybe you have a gentle rock from side to side, massaging around the spine. As the knees go one way, maybe the head looks over the opposite shoulder. Lovely. And then gently easing. And then we'll bring these knees together, gently hugging them in towards the chest. Squeezing only as much or as little as you like. Lovely. And then from here, I'm going to work into a twist. So in your time, you can inhale. You can either send these arms out to shoulder height, or if you don't have room, send the elbows out to shoulder height and the palms facing up. And then with these bent knees, exhale as they roll across to any side. They can come onto the floor if they want. And only if it's comfortable, take a gentle look over the opposite shoulder. Now we hold the twist here. As you inhale, observing the breath on this side of the lung. As you exhale, releasing a little into the twist. Just feeling the body give in with each breath. And then in your next inhale, can we lift it back to center? As we exhale across to the other side. Releasing over. Looking over this opposite shoulder, and it may be different to the other side. Observing is the breath now more prominent on this side of the lung. And you exhale, releasing around. As the body gives in on this side. And when you're ready, inhale back to center. And we'll send these legs up into the air. Have as much a bend in those knees as required. And give these ankles a rotate around if you wish. And then we'll flex the toes. So as we inhale, point the toes up to the ceiling. As you exhale, can we point the toes gently towards us? And that should work into the back of these legs. Repeating with each breath, inhale pointing up. Exhale toes towards you. And then you can release that. Give the feet a nice loose shake. And then on the next inhale, let's bring the arms up. Again, as much a bend, everything should hang nice and loose. Lovely. And then let's take a hold around the back of the thighs. These legs in the air can come down if they prefer. Now, two options. You can either rock yourself up to sit, or you can roll over to any side. If you're rocking up, taking the time, feeling through the back. And then eventually, in your comfortable seated position. Now, if you want, sitting on any blocks or props, whatever feels right for you. And as you breathe in, That's it. Now, it doesn't matter if these legs are crossed. Maybe they prefer to be out in front. But just finding the spine nice and long. The shoulders dropping. That chin slightly tucked in. So as if, with each inhale, as if you're breathing out a little taller out of the hips. As we exhale, rooting it down again through the sit bones. Settling into our seated position. Tuning into the breath. And then, when you're ready, can we inhale? Let's reach these palms up above. Those palms coming together. Let's exhale them down through heart center. We'll repeat twice more. So as you inhale, reaching up. This is a stretch as we do this. You can look up as well if you like. Exhale, drawing everything back to heart center. Final one. And exhaling down. Leaving these palms here. Reminding the spine of its length as we root it down on the exhale. And then we can bring the palms down with the shoulders dropping as we work around the neck. So on an exhale, we can look up. So we lengthen the front of the neck. Inhaling back to center. As we exhale, looking down. Every inhale to center. As we exhale, an ear to a shoulder, stretching the side. Inhaling back, final side. And then when we come back to center, if you wish, give the head a nice roll around. And if you've gone one way, going the other as well. Lovely. As we find that lengthened seated position, then we'll work it into the sides. So only when you're back in your stillness, rooting down again through the sit bones. We'll bring one palm to the side. As we inhale, we'll lift the other one up, reaching that up. As we exhale, crawling the other palm out, not twisting, bending to the side, that's it. Now as we hold, inhale, maybe reaching this top arm a little, feeling that stretch through the side. Perhaps exhale, releasing in a little more. Big inhale. Can we swing both arms up, work the core as you come up? That's it, that's where we're going. Exhaling over. Other palm down, it crawls out. As much or as little as you like. Inhale, reaching that top arm. Just activating this other side. As we exhale, releasing in, feeling the body give in. Inhale. Reaching up, palms together, and back down. We'll work our way through to all fours. Any way you like, whether you're rolling across the knees, or whatever's comfortable for you. And if needs be, remember you can roll over the mat if you want a bit more padding on the knees. And in your all fours, we want the wrists under the shoulders. If it's too much on the wrists, you can always come onto the fists. And those knees under the hips. And as you're here, finding the spine lengthened as if that chest is slightly lifted. And looking down, just keeping the back of the neck long. And then we'll work in cat. So as we inhale, curling from the base of the spine, as we look up to the ceiling. As we exhale, again moving from the base of the spine, looking down or through the legs. Repeating with each breath. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, looking down. You can bend those elbows as you move. Maybe you prefer not to. Just feeling through each of the vertebrae in the spine. And just feeling at ease as we continue to move. And when you've worked evenly, coming back to your flat back position. As we exhale, sinking it back into child. Those hips towards the heels. Now adjust so it's comfortable for you. Maybe that's widening the knees. Reaching the palms forward, just so the chest and head can just sink down. With the inhale, almost as if you're making the spine longer. The exhale, just releasing into this pose. Just feeling the body ease and give in. Lovely. And then we're going to come as we lie on the front, but we're going to slither through. So with the palms reached forward, on an inhale, can we start to slither through, keeping the chest and head low to the mat. And then adjusting. So when we're on our fronts, we want these elbows tucked under the shoulders. Just that chest is slightly lifted. And the gaze is not quite looking forward, just a little down. Now as we hold it here, it's got a nice back bend going on. With each inhale, it's almost as if that chest is expanding. And then, without moving the palms, so the palms are planted on the mat, as we inhale, just give the palms a little gentle pull towards us. You might feel that stretch moving up the spine. As you exhale and release, repeating again on the inhale. Lovely. Letting that practice go. And then let's exhale. Let's lower the chest and head down to the mat. You can plant one cheek on this side. As we bring the palms in line with the chest. And just send those elbows back. And then let's get ready for Cobra. So the palms are set up. So on an inhale, can we press through the palms, lifting the chest and head up, much or as little as you wish. Not holding, so exhale. We're peeling the spine down, tensing the buttocks as we lower. Twice more. Inhale and lift. And exhale, peeling the spine down. So it's a slow and controlled movement. And then as you lower, you can rest the opposite cheek on the mat. Just for a breath or two. And then in time, going to lift up again, but this time as we hold. So inhale, peeling ourselves up. Now we can hold for 3 breaths, maybe it's less. So it's the same, almost inhale, that chest puffing up. When you've had those 3, tensing the buttocks, gently easing down. And this time, you can take a hold of the elbows and rest the forehead on the arm if you like. And as you're down, feeling the body settling into the mat. And that spine releasing. And then in time, we'll just counter stretch, lifting ourselves back into child. So with the palms in line with the shoulders, chest. Inhaling via all 4s. Sinking those hips back towards the heels, making that space in the spine. And adjusting your child position just so it's comfortable for you. Lovely. And then in time, let's inhale, back up to our all 4s. Ready to work into the core. Well, not quite yet. So just checking our all 4s, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. And then we'll stretch out each of the limbs. So in your time, let's inhale, lifting one leg up in line with the hips, those toes pointing down. Let's exhale, lowering it down. Other leg to your breath as we inhale, reaching that out. Exhaling it down. Now the arms. Inhaling one arm out. Exhale it down. And then the opposite. Now, can we inhale, send that first leg out? Can we bring the opposite arm out as well? Exhale, both back down. Other side. So inhaling the other leg and the opposite arm. And exhale, back down. Now, first side again, but a little different. So inhaling them out. This time on the exhale, can we bend the knee and elbow? So it's similar to cat as we curl in, that elbow and knee might come to touch. Inhale and stretch. Exhale down. Other side. Inhale and reach. Exhale, elbow and knee may come to touch. Inhale and stretch. And down. First side again. So reaching out. Exhale. Using the core. And then down in your time. Second side again. Elbow and knee, spine curling. Inhale and reach. Then exhale down. Now that was 2. Let's just make it 3. So first side again. Exhale and touch. So we reach. And then lower. Last side. Touching in your exhale. As we reach. Then down. Take a gentle rest. And then we'll swing it into a lunge. So from our all fours, we might as well do what we've just been doing. So inhaling one leg out. Sorry. On the exhale, bend that knee. So we slowly swing it through between the hands and adjust as you need to. And when we're ready, breathing in tall, as we exhale, let's swing the weight forward. Now we'll probably need to adjust, so we want this knee and ankle in line with each other. We should have quite a nice strong stretch on the back thigh. And most of the weight should be on the feet, so the hands are just here for balance. Now, we inhale, it's almost as if we're finding length. With each exhale, as we hold this move, just easing into the hips. If you want, you can extend it, tucking the back toes, lengthening the back leg. Maybe the knee is happier on the floor. Lovely. And you can drop that back knee at any point. Now, the opposite hand of the front foot, you can plant that, whether it's on the fingertips or palms. So we're going to open up over this front leg. So as we inhale, lifting the arm up, you can look up if you're balanced. Twist, stretch, a lot going on. On the exhale, let's just bring it back down. To lower this back knee. Getting ready to swing this one back. Back to our all fours. Maybe those hips want a wiggle. And then other side. So inhaling the opposite leg out. So we exhale, bending it, and then sending it through. Slow and controlled. And then from here, swinging this weight forward again. Checking this knee and ankle. It's a nice straight line. And just settling in here. It's allowing time to just ease the hips on this side. If you did before, maybe you want to tuck those toes under as that leg lengthens. Maybe not. As we find that length in the spine as well. And then getting ready for the twist on this side. So planting that opposite palm. So we inhale, reaching up over the leg. Looking up if we're balanced. And on the exhale, lowering that palm back down. So we lower that back knee as well. Swinging that leg back. Back to our all fours. Sending the hips back. In a brief child. Just letting everything settle. Just tuning in to where you've worked. And then, let's lift up into dog. So first, planting the palms. As we inhale up via all fours. Tucking the toes under here. And then inhale. Let's power through the legs. As we lift these hips up to the sky. And on the exhale, sinking that chest and head through. Maybe you need to shorten or lengthen the stance. It's your choice. And if you wish, you can take a walk from foot to foot as one heel lowers and then the other. Stretching the back of the legs. Lovely. And then from here, let's step it through to a forward fold. We inhale the hands to the feet and the feet to the hands. Just hanging for a breath or two. Everything nice and loose, just feeling the release in that lower back. Just allow that head to be nice and loose. In your time, as we inhale, peeling ourselves up to our standing position, planting those feet on the mat. That spine is nice and lengthened. That chin tucked in, shoulders dropping. Let's settle ourselves here. Inhale, reaching up, looking up if you like. Drawing it all back to heart center, same as we did when we were seated. Once again. Lovely. So bring the palms down. Been on the wrists for a while, so maybe they want a shake. Nice. And then let's awaken these thighs a little bit. So coming back to your standing position. Nice and tall. Feet firmly planted. And on an inhale, can we swing the arms up? Slight bend, that's it. Exhale. Lower the hips, deep bend in the legs. It's as if we're sat on an imaginary stool. And now those shoulders are dropping. Each inhale as if that chest is expanding. Using the breath to calm and still. Next inhale, swing it up. Exhaling back to heart center. Just taking a moment or two here. We're going to repeat, but have a gentle twist. So in your time, palms falling. finding that tall position. As we inhale, swinging up. Exhale, hips lowering, that's it. Then next exhale, let's bring these palms together. Lovely. And then, on the next exhale, can we open up to one side? So it's a twist. Maybe the elbow is on the thigh, maybe it's not. That's it. Inhaling back to center. Exhaling other side. If you focus on the top half, you might forget that the thighs are on fire. Inhale center. One more each side. Exhaling over. Inhale to center. Final side. Exhaling over. Then to center. Probably on fire now. Big inhale up. Allow these thighs to calm down a wee bit. It's finding the stillness. I don't know if you can see the nice sun above. Yes. It means this room is ovening. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's fine. It just makes it a hot yoga class. As we come back, again, just breathing in that length. And then let's work into the shoulders now. Healing arms out to shoulder height. As we exhale, let's just send one elbow on top of the other. Now option, maybe these arms wrap. So the palms may touch, or the back of the palms. Or if it's too much, just hug around the shoulders. We're all going for that, that's fine. Now can we inhale, lift these elbows up to shoulder height. Keep the chin tucked in. So we should have a nice stretch across the upper back. And then, with a bend in the knees, as the exhale, as we tip it forward to halfway. The halfway, breathing that length in the chest. As we exhale, you can release down, folding down. You might feel that stretch move a little. With each exhale, as that body gives in. As we inhale, back up, elbows to shoulder height. As we undo the arms, and the other side. So the other elbow on top, maybe wrapping or taking that hug. These elbows come up. It's feeling the stretch first. And then as we exhale, with a bend in the knees, let's fold it down to halfway. As we inhale that length, exhale and release. As we inhale, again coming back up. Elbows up. And exhale, release out to the sides and down. Give the shoulders a little shake, rock, whatever they may need. And then we'll move it to the feet. So we're working our balance. Now you can take the option to have a wall handy if you prefer. That's fine. So you want the wall probably about an arm's length apart. That's it. And then with the opposite leg, let's inhale. Just going to peel the heel up to start with, keeping the spine lengthened. Next inhale, does that knee come up? You can hold it or it can hang by itself. Maybe rotate the ankle. And then exhale, this knee out to the side. This is where you can either have the wall or use the other arm as a balance. Breathing in tall in the chest. If you're ready, we can tuck this foot in. Now it maybe goes up high, or maybe the toes are touching the floor, or anywhere in between. And when you've found it, you can continue holding the wall, or inhale either both arms or one arm up. And exhale, palms to heart center. Now if you've got an arm in the wall, that palm can just rest on the opposite shoulder. Now as we hold it here, breathing that length out of the standing foot, always becoming taller. As we exhale, rooting down through the foot. It's finding calm and stillness on this side. As we exhale, gently undo. Back to our standing. Ready for the other side. Just making sure this opposite foot is planted. That's it. As we inhale that opposite heel up first, this chest is lifted. And then inhaling this knee up in line with the hips. Rotating the ankle if you did before. And then in time, exhaling that knee out to the side. Chest lifted. And if you're still here, tucking that heel in, whether it's high, low, or in between. And when you've found the balance here, inhale, one arm or both, lifting up. As we exhale down to heart center, or taking a hold of that opposite shoulder. As we root down through this standing foot. And always inhaling up a little taller. And you probably observe some difference on this side. And that's perfectly normal. And in time, exhale, planting these feet again, finding that length. As we come back onto the mat, and we're ready to work our way down to a forward fold and then dog, so probably around about the middle of the mat. So we inhale up tall. So on the exhale, tucking the chin, rounding the shoulders, a slight bend in the knees, slowly folding forward, using the abdominals as brakes. Just feeling through each of the vertebrae as you lower down. When you're down, just hanging for a few breaths. And then in time, you can plant the palms, step the feet back into our dog. Now, whether you're walking from foot to foot or just enjoying the stillness, it's all your choice. Then the next breath or two, let's just think about lowering down to all fours. And then sinking those hips back into our child position. Remembering to adjust so it's comfortable for you. As that chest and head sink to the mat. Just tuning into the breath here. It's observing through the body. Noticing the difference between now and at the start of the class. Just feeling the release and the energy. And in your time, let's inhale back up to our all fours. Just getting ready to come to lie down. So from here, come any other way if you prefer. Maybe crossing the ankles as we roll over them. As we scoot to the front of the mat. With these knees nice and loosely bent. As we inhale, that spine is lengthened. You can lift the arms up. And then slowly, last challenge for the core. To exhale, peeling the spine down. The lower we go, the harder it is. When you're down, settling onto the mats, you can bend those knees up. Just making sure that chin is tucked in. And without applying much pressure, you can just gently push down on the feet. That will just press the lower back into the mat a little. Now you can release with each breath, or hold it if you like. So almost like pelvic tilting, but without lifting. And then we'll take a twist again. Just leaving the feet where they are. Either sending the arms out to shoulder heights, or the elbows out and the palms facing up. As we exhale, those knees over to any side. Maybe looking over the opposite shoulder, if it's comfortable for you. Just easing with each breath. It's feeling the release. With each inhale, finding energy. And we inhale back to center. And we exhale across to the other side. Perhaps looking over this opposite shoulder. As we release around here. So noticing the difference between each side. And as we inhale, back to center. Just taking a hold of the knees, hugging them in. Perhaps having a rock from side to side. Or enjoying the stillness. And then when you're ready, as we're back in center, we'll inhale the arms and legs up into the air. Maybe you rotate or have a shake, or just enjoy the stillness. And then in time, we'll inhale as these arms come through the legs, taking a hold of the outer edges of the feet as those knees draw out and up to the sides. Now maybe you hold the feet or anywhere in the legs. You can have a rock, or again just be still. And then in time, you can exhale down to a relaxation position. Whether those legs are out straight or the knees are bent up. Arms either by the side or resting on the body. Just a position that's comfortable for you. And as you're here, tuning into the breath, finding the stillness within, whilst also observing the subtle movements that are going on. Just hearing the gentle sound of each breath. That chest expands and contracts on the exhale. And with every inhale, drawing in energy as it fills the body. And as you exhale, the chest contracts. And any tension just floats away. It's continuing this cycle with each breath, guiding it around the body. As we inhaling energy, as we exhale, releasing tension and stress. And doing this until we covered the whole of the body. So now the body is calm, at peace, and relaxed, and energized. Mind is still. As we observe the breath effortlessly. And in your time, bringing the attention back to this moment. You can begin to wiggle the toes and fingers as you make small movements. And if you like, hugging the knees in towards the chest, whether in stillness or rocking. And in time, gently exhaling as you roll over to any side for a brief moment of pause. Do you open the eyes here and then lifting yourself up to your comfortable seated position. So As we find the spine long and light, rooting down through the sit bones. When you're ready, just inhale as we reach these palms up. As we exhale them down to heart center, bowing our heads. Namaste.